Hi guys. Obviously, you're watching this because I'm not standing in front of you right now. And it's time for your 5th family studies lesson, which means you need to learn how to thread the machine. Now for that to happen, I need to show you, but I'm not there. And I believe I told most of my classes that threading the machine can be one of the more intense classes because there's only one of me and there's 20-something of you all going, Mrs. Coxon, how do I do this? Well, I can't show you that in person today, so there's a few things I need to go over so that you can do this without me there. I don't know who's in there for me today, but I have all the confidence that they'll be able to help you or help you find a way to figure it out. So, first things to start with. Number 1, are your power bars plugged in? If not, please make sure that they are. Remember, every group of 4 gets their own power bar except for the group that has the big black power bar. The big black power bar plugs into the orange cord, which runs through the 2 tables and plugs into one of the tripping hazards on the floor. Remember, where you find your machines, you go to that cabinet at the back of the room, 2 people at a time. I don't want to see, well, I'm not going to see it, but there shouldn't be more than 2 people at a time at that cabinet. Having said that, when you carry a machine, you have one hand on the bottom, one hand on the handle at the top, remember it flips up, and you have someone else grab the bag. Now, I'm going to suggest not taking number 12 or not touching the one near my desk because we're having some issues with those pedals. Otherwise, you should be okay. Now, when you set up your machine, there shouldn't be any thread in it. If there is, you need to pull that thread out. That's something I'll show you how to do later in this video. You're also going to need to get a spool of thread and a bobbin. I'll show you what a bobbin is momentarily when I go to thread the machine. The bobbins and the thread should be set up on the cabinet of sharp things. Now if you're not the first class to do this and the first class didn't put them away properly, you might be having a little bit of a hard time finding them. So if you are the first class, please make sure that you put them away properly. Once you've gotten your machine and you have your Mrs. Garden can't find something. Hold on a second. Ah, there it is. Yeah, great. You get to watch me wander around my room. Awesome. So, once you have your machine and your thread and your bobbin and everything that goes with it, you need to grab one of these. They will be placed on the cabinet of sharp things if I remember to do that tomorrow morning. This manual actually is going to show you everything that I'm going to show you here. So if you can't remember something I've said or you're not sure if you're doing something right and the video is turned off, grab one of these books. The page you want to look at, if you go to the index, you want to literally look at threading the machine. Threading the upper thread is page 15. So right here, it shows you how to thread the upper thread. You can follow the instructions, it's pretty simple. Page 19 shows you how to thread the bobbin, which is something a lot of people have had trouble with in the past. But this is a very specific instruction that should help you if you can't understand from the video I'm going to show you. Now, a couple things you need to know. If this is your 5th family studies class, that means next class is when you start your Simple Monster. Now, I'm not in this week of December 2nd to December 6th. I'm out doing something else, and hopefully I'll be back the following week. Now, for the most part, next class, you need to have fabric to start your Simple Monster. However, 7B and 7C, you're supposed to have your 6th class this week. Now, I can fix that. So the days that you would have family studies after this one, you're going to have geography. So 7B, that actually means you're going to have a day with 2 geography periods. I'm sorry, I can't help it. It makes it easier. You want me there to start your Simple Monster. Of course, if I'm not here next week, there'll be another video. Yay! Awesome. This sucks. I'm sorry. Anyways, so that's everything that I have to say for the intro. Now I'm going to pause the video and hopefully I know how to do some editing. Oh God, help me all. Okay, and then I'm going to set up my machine and move where my camera is, and I'm going to use dark thread because I didn't do that last time, and I'm going to show you how to thread the machine. Oh, by the way, I made a new monster. It's for my cousin. You might have met her on November 6th when she was here. Say hi. Hi. Yes, I know I'm crazy. I'll see you guys soon. I miss you. Hello again. This time, instead of being in front of the camera, I'm behind it, and really behind it because now I'm playing around with Zoom and moving the camera and being all crazy like. So here's my machine. This is not a school's machine, this is mine. Isn't it pretty? It's beautiful. Just tell me it's beautiful. So now, I told you I was going to show you what a bobbin is, and this is a bobbin. It is a little green thing with thread on it, and you'll know you're using the right one because it has the little H symbol on it. And you'll probably also know you're using the right one in this case because it's the only one I'm leaving out. Now, this is my spool of thread. I'm going to be using this dark blue spool of thread because I couldn't find my black one, and this will show just as well. Now, you're going to flip your pin up like this. You're going to take one of your end pin caps off. Now, if you don't have an end pin cap on the top and the bottom, just make sure you have one on the bottom. The top one's not as important. You take your thread, and we're going to be threading the thread all around here, up and down here, in a minute, through the needle. Woo! So to start off, I take my thread, and I pull a little bit out. And the first part we're going to deal with is this little metal plate here at the top. And this plate is important because this works with your tension. And if you don't have this right, the thread gets all bleh and crumbled and tangled and knotted and gross. So we take our thread and we go around the plate. So look how I go around the plate. I go to this side and I go down. And you know you've done it properly. Oh, 2 hands. Because this string goes through here and is over this. It's actually really easy for me to tell if people have threaded things improperly because this is usually the step they forget to do. So don't forget to do this step. I'll show you one more time. Pull the thread out. You're going to go around the plate like this, come down, and done. Now, zooming back out, la 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 la, I'm totally not a master camera person. I'm going to go up, I'm going to go around. There's a pathway. I'm going to follow it. Okay. And there's arrows here that tell me to go down, and there's arrows here. So I'm going to go down, bring the thread through. Now, when you get to the top, it's actually really important to pay attention here. Wrong way. We're going to zoom in again. La 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 la. Yeah, see, I'm totally not a singer. And right here, there is a little thing. And if you turn the wheel, oh, that's not going to work. If you turn the wheel, ooh, hello. Hold on, don't get dizzy. I'm sorry. Okay. That's the wrong way. Okay. This is totally harder than I thought it would be. I'm sorry, guys. Trust me, I'd rather be with you right now. So you see how there's this little thing here when I'm... Ooh. That's not good. Okay, sorry. When I move the needle up and down, this thing moves up. You want to put it at its highest position. And then when you have your thread up here, you want to go around the back of it, like that. And what that does is it loops the thread through the little hole in the metal thing. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but that's fine. So we come down here, and I'm going to show you how to thread the needle. Now, we're all experts at threading a needle now because, yeah, we've done it a million times. And this might actually be one of the hardest parts for you. But if you do what I tell you, you'll be fine. So you pull your thread, you make sure you have a nice clean piece of thread. Oh yeah, totally out of focus because it's such a tiny little thing, doesn't matter. When I do it, what I do is I hold my thread between 2 fingers like this. And I'm actually going to cut the end of it because it's all raveled. And I look, this is going to be hard with the camera in front of my face, from front to back, and I hold it with 2. And you always want to thread it front to back. Nope. One more time. Come on, Mrs. G, you can do this. Come on, guys, cheer for Mrs. G. She can totally hear you because she's sitting bored, doing nothing. Because of, yeah. Woo! Come on, the power of cheering. This is the weirdest video ever. I'm so sorry. Yay, we did it! Okay, so the needle is threaded. You want through the loop, and then you put your pressure foot up, and you put the thread behind the pressure foot. Yay! Now, the other part that you need to learn is how to thread the bobbin. So this part just slides right off. Poop! It's got a little magnifying glass. Oh, that's all crazy. And one thing to know about the bobbin is there's only one way to put it in the little bobbin dish thing. Yeah, I'm totally using the right terms here. And that's with the H up. So you want to just drop it in there and it'll just sit in there. If you go to put it the other way, it doesn't fit. So don't force it because we don't want to break the machine, and that could probably break the machine. So once you put the bobbin in there, there's actually some very simple steps. You just have to pay attention to what I'm doing. So right here on the machine, there's a little gap. Take a look at your machine, there's a little gap. And what you're going to do is you're going to take the thread, and you're going to pull it through that gap and to the left, and you'll hear a little click. And then you want to go around this little part here, follow the arrows, boop, and down here. And then you're going to put the lid back on, and you're going to pull, and it cuts it. So I'll show you one more time. Take that off, like this, da-da. Pop it in with the H up, not sideways, because, okay. Remember guys, I'm doing this with a camera in front of my face. It's a little difficult. You want to go through the little hole, good. Hold your finger on the bobbin, pull to the left, and you'll make a click sound, click. Go around here, line it up here, put the lid back on, and cut. Now, your machine is threaded. What are you going to do with a threaded machine, might you ask? Well, I'm going to show you that. Just let me grab a scrap of fabric. So you're going to have your scrap of fabric with your name on it that you've done your hand sewing on. And if you listen to me, you will have left some space near the bottom where you can sew. Well, easily enough, you just do the same as you do with paper sewing. Put your pressure foot down, set your speed. I'm going to set the speed to lower so I don't scare you or something. And then you would press your pedal. I don't have my pedal set up, so I'm just going to press the start button. What? Okay. Start. And there. You're going to make a straight line. Now the cool part. See this little scissor button? Now this doesn't always work, and if it doesn't work, it's not the end of the world. But when you're done, you keep your pressure foot down, press the cut button. Lift your pressure foot, move your fabric, and it should totally be cut. And you'll have a nice straight stitch. Good. Once that's done, I'm going to show you one other thing. Whenever we start and stop a stitch, you want to go forwards and then backwards. So that little U-turn button that we learned about last time that I just sort of pointed out, that makes you go backwards. So if I start sewing, let's say with my foot on the pedal, and then I'm going to go backwards for a little bit. And then I'm going to keep going forwards. La la la, la la la, sewing a straight line is awesome. And at the end, I'm going to hold the U-turn button, and I'm going to stop. And then I'm going to press, you guessed it, the cut button. And then I'm going to take my fabric away, and it's going to be awesome. Great. See? Very cool. Now, so you're going to do a straight line on your piece of fabric. The other thing you're going to do for me is a square. You guys know how to do a square because you know how to do your neat corners. But I'm going to show you. And remember, I don't have my pedal. Hold on. I'm setting up my pedal. And you're listening to me sing, which sucks, and I'm sorry. Maybe I'll edit this out, but I doubt it because I don't have a lot of time. Anyways, so now I have my pedal because I'm awesome. And you definitely want to have your hands, remember, not near the needle, but, you know, close on the fabric to steady it. I'm going to sew forwards a little bit and backwards a bit. And then forwards, la 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 la, and I'm going to stop. Needle down, press your foot up, move the fabric, press your foot down. So, remember the fabric always moves away from you. Turn a corner, you want to go needle down, press your foot up, turn the fabric. You guys know this, we've already chanted this 1,000 times with paper. Go forwards, la 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 la, stop, needle down, press your foot up, turn the fabric for the last time. And your fabric's a lot smaller than mine, so it shouldn't be a problem. Press your foot down and connect the first line to the second line and backstitch. Now mine's not a perfect square because I'm totally not looking at what I'm doing, I'm looking at the camera screen. But what you need to add to your stitch sampler is a square with 3 neat corners and 1 line. Oops. Yours will be properly done. Mine isn't because my bobbin wasn't threaded properly. I will make sure your bobbins are threaded properly. Now, once you're done everything, you're going to unthread the machine. You're going to pull this out, take the bobbin out, done, easy, put this back on. Then, to take the other thread out, you're just going to pull it off here and pull. Done. Easy. Amazing. Great. So I'm just going to do one closing remark because I want to tell 7B and 7C what classes it is they're having, geography and not family studies. So that's that for now. Hopefully you got that. If not, play the movie again maybe? I don't know. I'm sorry guys. I wish I was there to do this for you, but this is the next best thing. So you're going to do some sewing. It's due the beginning of the next time I see you, unless, of course, other things happen. Obviously, if I'm not there, you can't come in at lunch and stuff to work on it. So take your time now and work on it. Look in the book. Help each other. If you know what you're doing, please try to help other people in the class. I would be there if I could. Work with a partner. You each have to do your sewing sample, and you each have to learn how to thread the machine. But remember, 2 heads are better than 1 at remembering things. So I'm going to go put my machine away and set up to say a couple more things. Yay. Okay. Well, that was the video, and hopefully that showed you how to properly thread the machine. Now I just wanted to give a heads up. 7B, you're supposed to have family studies on December 5th, day 5, period 4. I'm changing that to a geography lesson, and we'll take one of your geography lessons next week and make that into a family studies lesson. 7C, last period on Friday, you're supposed to have your 6th family studies lesson. I'm going to switch that around and make it a geography lesson. I'm really hoping I'll be here next week and that I can show you how to make your simple monsters. If it doesn't happen that I'm here next week, I'll have another video made for you. Woo! And that one actually will be easier to follow than this one. But that means 7C, period 5, day 6, you will have a geography lesson as opposed to a family studies one. Everyone else, your next family studies lesson, which should be next week, you need fabric. And even if I'm not there, you need fabric because you need to start your simple monster. You need to start making one of these guys. Okay, time to say goodbye. Bye, guys. Bye. I miss you. I'm so bored without you guys. It's crazy. My life sucks. No, it doesn't actually. But hopefully I'll see you guys starting on the 9th. Otherwise, I'll be making another video. Alright, be good. Don't break anything. And I'll be asking how you guys are behaving, so please, I shouldn't have to make that warning. Alright, have a great week, and take care.